My name is Nate Stevens, and I'm the Dean of the Faculty of Business and Government here at BYU Hawaii, and welcome to the second day of this Oceanian Perspectives on Human Dignity Conference. It's been such a great conference. I've enjoyed learning so much from you and look forward to today's events as well. We're grateful to the International Center for Law and Religion Studies at BYU Provo for their partnership in putting together this conference. And in the few minutes that I have this morning, I'd like to just share a brief thought with you that I've had over the last couple of days, and also to share some encouragement with all of you who are giving yourselves, your time, your efforts, and energies to this important cause of advocating for human dignity. First, my thought. Human dignity is not only a concept developed by humankind. From the perspective of most religions in the world, including the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, to which I belong, human dignity derives from who we are as children of God. This is important to remember because if humankind determines whether people have inherent worth and should be treated with dignity and respect, then humankind can change its mind and more easily take those things away. However, when it's recognized that value comes from our divine parentage as children of God, and the fact that we are all brothers and sisters on this earth, as was discussed so well yesterday in our sessions, then no person can take that away without first convincing the world that those rights can be taken by humankind. Religion provides one answer as to why all humankind have inherent value. You may have recognized by now that here at BYU Hawaii, religious freedom and human dignity go hand in hand. Our student initiative is called the Religious Freedom and Human Dignity Initiative, in part because for us, as a private university, founded by, supported, and directed by senior leadership of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, religion is at the core of the conversation regarding human dignity. As such, defending religious liberty and advocating for human dignity are two sides to the same coin. As the Doctrine and Covenants, a sacred book of Scripture in our church states, remember the worth of souls is great in the sight of God. In addition to this thought, I'd like to share some encouragement to each of you who are giving your lives to improving the lives of others. In doing this, I'd like to share a very personal experience with you that I've had. About 3 years ago, before I interviewed for a job here, and in fact before working at BYU Hawaii was even really on our radar, my wife Christy and I brought our kids here to Hawaii on a family vacation. It was the first time in about 20 years since we had been to Hawaii. We were very excited to be here. And toward the end of our trip, we went down to Honolulu to a swap meet where there were vendors selling souvenirs and various products down there. Because we didn't know whether or not the vendors would take our credit card, we stopped at an ATM and got $100 or $150 of cash to take with us down to this swap. As we walked around looking at the items for sale, I saw a family with young kids who were taking down their shop and putting it away. The mother was busy getting kids into the van, while the father was loading the last of their fruit stand into the back of the van. I had a very clear impression that I should give this man $5. I thought to myself, that's strange, just to walk up and hand somebody $5. Besides, I thought, if this family needs some money, I just went to the ATM, I have $100 or so that I could give. But again, the thought came to my mind, give him $5. So I've learned to listen to these thoughts, so I pulled out a $5 bill and began walking toward this man to give it to him. Not wanting to make it an awkward interaction, I noticed a pile of oranges on the top of a box in the back of their van. And as I approached him, I said, "Can I buy a single orange from you?" and handed him the $5 bill. He said, "Of course, here, have a few," and started loading up my arms with oranges, as many as I could possibly carry. I protested, saying I really just want one orange. His wife then came around the back of the van where we were standing and pulled out a pineapple out of the van and handed it to me as well. And before I knew it, my arms were overflowing with all sorts of fruit, as much as I could possibly carry. All the while I was protesting, saying, I really just want one orange. In typical Polynesian fashion, I was not about to leave without being overwhelmed with generosity. As I walked away with much more than $5 worth of fruit, after thinking that I was there helping someone in need, the thought came to me, you'll never be able to give more than you receive. I believe that's true for me, and I believe it's true for you. When we're doing this type of work in which your desires are for the benefit of humankind, you will never give up more than you can receive in return. It's not possible. I admire each of you for the work that you're doing to advocate for religious freedom and human dignity throughout the world. I thank you for joining with us today and these past couple of days of this conference, and I look forward to another wonderful day today and many more conferences like this in the future. Mahalo.